So in this video, I just wanted to do a quick demo of converting a Platinum Preppy fountain pen into an eyedropper. Basically, the Platinum Preppy is a really nice, very affordable, kind of a throwaway style pen. It sells for about $3. Obviously, it's a fountain pen. I bought it in the medium size, which is my favorite. And a lot of people convert these into eyedroppers, which means as opposed to using the cartridge or using a converter, you're going to fill this back part here with ink and screw it in and use the whole back as essentially a cartridge. And the nice part about that is you have really big capacity and it looks very cool. Not all pens can do that because you need to have a good seal here, or a full seal here, and then a good seal on the threading. And what people generally do is they use a little bit of silicone grease and then perhaps an O-ring to fully seal the front end and the back, just so there's no pen leakage from the threading. Most people say, or a lot of people say, that the O-ring is enough. A lot of people say to go ahead and do the second step with some most people would recommend a silicone grease. I bought this from jetpens.com. It was like $2, something like that, maybe $3. You could also use like a Vaseline, which is, I think, not as good of a solution, but given that the pen costs $2 or $3, is totally fine. Anyway, so step one is to get this O-ring on here. These are what they call size 5 O-rings, but that's not, if you just Google size 5 O-ring, it's not going to be very helpful. These O-rings are sold by Jet Pens and Goulet pens, and I bought them off eBay. They're like crazily cheap. You know, it's the sort of thing where if you wanted 100 of them, you could pay, $5 or $10 on Amazon, or you could just buy 10 off eBay for pretty much the same cost, but not have to do any sort of real research or worry about getting the wrong sizes or anything like that. So you're gonna thread this around here, or technically you're going over the threads, but you wanna get it on there, get a really nice fit at the end. And you could see it actually does, it looks like it was made for it. People clearly did their research here, and just to test, you have a really nice seal here. I suspect that the silicone grease or silicone gel or grease, grease is overkill, but I'll do it anyway just to be safe. I'm gonna be doing this with some of this new to me at least, Noodler's Blue Black Bernanke ink. I picked this up because it's a quick dry ink, and I'm a lefty, so pop this open. Obviously, I don't have an eyedropper, and so I'm gonna use this micro pipette. This is a 3 milliliter micro pipette. I actually had these around, so it's a perfect fit. And with Noodlers, you have to remember they fill their ink a ridiculous amount, so you have to be super careful when opening it. Kind of like a known issue, I guess. I've read that before. So we have about, it's a little hard to see in the camera, but I have about 2.75 milliliters in there. Try to not get it on the threading, and we're gonna drip it in. That's one of the reasons this micro pipette is such a nice solution, because it's really designed for a job like this, whereas a standard eyedropper isn't a precision tool like this micro pipette. I guess it's technically just a pipette. So barely took any ink out of there. Have a pretty good fill on this platinum body. I don't want to get greedy, but I think I'm going to go for another half a milliliter or so. So again, being careful to keep it off of the threads, and then as you fill it, you want to keep it entirely below the threads, just to prevent any leakage. I guess technically I should have done the silicone grease first, so now I have no place to put this pen body, hilariously enough, but I will make do with what we have. And the goal here is to be very judicious with your use of this grease. You really do not need a lot. all you want to do is just do a physical barrier of something non-reactive in the threading. Just like if you were using a Teflon tape in a, between threads to prevent water from getting through. So I'm just gonna do a little bit, and I'll go ahead and do too much just because I cannot resist. And then do wipe down. I think that's pretty good. Again, I really suspect that the O-ring would have been enough here. So give it a good tighten, but don't over tighten it, because these plastic pen bodies will crack. The platinum isn't as prone to that as some others, but they definitely will crack. And now, basically there's the pen. It's actually pretty cool looking. Like every time I do this job, I'm pretty happy with the outcome, because you get the satisfaction of doing a custom job or a hack or whatever you want to call this. Plus, at the end of the day, you actually do get a pretty solid pen. And dollar for dollar, it's really hard to beat this setup. And it will take a second or two for this to get into the nib fully. And you could shake it a little bit. There you go, we have it writing quite nicely. No leakage, obviously, yet. But time will tell there. I've never had a problem with one of these. And let's do a quick writing test. So now we have a and this is the medium. And I'm writing with the Bernanke, that's how you spell it, blue, black. We'll talk about this ink some other time. I haven't really used it enough to form any opinion. It's my first time using this one. But there you go, is a fully converted Platinum Preppy. Quite a handsome pen, I would say, and kind of like the best deal in town. Any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.